just to, let me move my face again and make me smaller, you know what I look like. So just to put the footer 1 and footer 2 on one page for you to get a clear overview. Yeah, and here I've now finally added normal translations. Ich werde wohl Karten kaufen. And the future 2 would look like this. And to give you another example with footer 2 and sein. Can you translate this one? The last one I leave to you. Yeah, I will likely have gone to the theater. I will probably have gone to the theater by Thursday next week. You could also replace theater with doctor or other places. I'll also show you a couple of more common phrases near the end. So another word, like probably you could use in German, we could use wahrscheinlich. Wahrscheinlich is a mouthful as well. That's why I prefer wohl. But wahrscheinlich is a lovely word. As you can see, the literal translation of it is seemingly true. So if something is probable, it is seemingly true. But seemingly can be deceiving. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. Keep that in mind. Yeah? Yeah, Matt, if I turn off my internet back and forth, then we would sit here for 3, 4, 5 minutes. Could you restart it? It is not necessarily my connection. It might be, but it might as well be the service I'm using. So yeah, I didn't have it that bad. And my son is not here, so he's not playing any intensive games. So I have the full bandwidth. Yeah, wahrscheinlich, yeah. If there's a couple of people having issues with the freezing, let me know, then I restart it. Yeah, but Matt, if it's only just restart, you will not miss out much. Yeah. Life is a bit bumpy at times. Okay, so let's walk through a couple of examples. I give you always a couple of seconds to think about the translations. Yeah, and you see here on the right, if I move my face somewhere, let's go here. Present tense, F1 is footer 1, footer 2. Let me move again to this. Now. Yeah. Schön. Thank you for the feedback all. It's nice to work together. Huh? It's a team of 103 people. Imagine that you work with a team that works that smoothly together. Okay, you've translated this sentence already. I have an appointment next week. Now, maybe you can already in your head, and you can type this in the chat or just do it in your head, create the future one of this if you have paid attention and remember it already. Ich habe nächste Woche einen Termin. So the future one was built with werden and the infinitive. So the verb here is haben, so that needs to be somewhere. Yeah, a meeting, an appointment. A meeting is a different thing than a Termin. I would say, ich habe nächste Woche ein Meeting. Yeah, we don't use eine Versammlung, we just say meeting. Harshal has a nice suggestion. A small typo in next. Ich werde nächste Woche einen Termin haben. Oh, what I forgot to say, I always will show you the intention version, which is used in 1% of the cases, and then the assumption version, which always contains wohl. Yeah. So can you, if you think of these two German sentences and translate them, do you understand the difference? Is the difference clear between ich werde nächste Woche einen Termin haben und ich werde nächste Woche wohl einen Termin haben? By the way, the wohl could also be in front of nächste Woche. Ich werde wohl nächste Woche einen Termin haben. It would then possibly emphasize the next week more than the appointment, but the difference is marginal and negligible. Yeah? Ich habe nächste Woche einen Termin, exactly. Might come from your Afrikaans, Dian. Yeah? And I only give one translation. The translation is the same, more or less. We just add the word likely. I likely have an appointment next week. Yeah. Here's another one. Future 2, I didn't give you time to create it, but maybe you've done it already. There's a second one with wohl. Where would you put the wohl? Oh, actually, where did I put it? Actually, I'm very curious. Huh. So here I put it in front of nächste Woche. That's random, as you can see. I didn't pay attention. I will fix that in the final presentation, but for you, it doesn't matter. Ja, ich werde nächste Woche wohl einen Termin gehabt haben. Ich werde wohl nächste Woche einen Termin gehabt haben. Actually, intuitively, I would really put it in front of nächste Woche. How would you translate this? Yeah, you always use the wohl. Yeah, you don't use the one where you express an intention or what did I say was the other one? A prediction. Gehabt haben, yes, Summer. Gehabt haben. It's beautiful, right? Don't worry about it. You only have to produce that in B2. So first you can prepare, unless you are B2 already. I'll likely have had an appointment next week. Yeah, I will probably have had an appointment next week. Again, in English, I don't think you use it that often, but in German, you make assumptions quite a lot. One more run or two more runs, a bit quicker. Ich bin ab Dienstag in Urlaub. Dienstag, anybody knows? I'm on vacation from Tuesday. Build the future one. Use werden and the infinitive of the verb you see in the first example, bin. 3, 2, 1. Ich werde nächste Woche in Urlaub sein. No one would ever say that. It's really just to show you how it works. Yeah, werde sein. Yeah. With wohl, again, I put it in front of nächste Woche. You see that seems to be the more natural one. The translation you can make in your head quickly. Yeah, if you feel rushed, just stop translating. You can watch it again and then do it. Pushing the pause button and do it then again. I'll likely be on vacation next week. And future 2, can you create it in German? I'll give you a couple of seconds. We have enough time. And don't stress yourself if you're not able to create the future 2, please, really. Yeah, that's B2 stuff. But it's doable, even if you're a total beginner. Yeah, just have to remember that werde is pushed to the end. Quatsch. Werde is not pushed to the end. The sein goes into the past. Olha has a nice suggestion. I like that. Yeah, this is the prediction one, and this is what you wrote, Olha. Yeah. Dien, gesein, bin, that sounds Dutch or Afrikaans. Be careful with that. So the past form, the past participle of to be is gewesen, geweest. Yeah, for the Dutchies. So gewesen sein, the infinitive of to be. Beautiful. Just let it sink in. Yeah. Translation. I will likely have been on vacation next week. Lavia, waren sein cannot be. Waren is a form that doesn't allow many other verbs, and for this topic, no verb at all. Waren is the past. Yeah. Giovanna asks, isn't the case that when you use likely, it means that there's a possibility of it? Yeah, that's an assumption. Assumption means I assume, or okay, it's a possibility in a way. Yeah, for me, assumptions are always possibilities that it's true or not. So it's nothing real, nothing carved in stone. So, but don't think about whether it's a possibility or not. Wohl means I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not a fact. It's something that will likely happen. So in that sense, is that what you mean? If it's sure for you that this will happen next week, which one of the three do you use? Present tense, future one, or future two? That's a good question for you, Giovanna, and the rest. Yeah. Why is the position of wohl changing? I just said it doesn't really matter. And sometimes when I put these together, there's things I miss. It doesn't matter whether it is in front of next week or in front of ich werde nächste Woche wohl in Urlaub gewesen sein. Ich werde nächste Woche in Urlaub wohl gewesen sein. So I would rather put wohl in front of nächste Woche. That's the more common intuitive position. It could also be between Woche and in Urlaub, but it couldn't be anywhere else. Yeah. So maybe a good thing to remember is put it after the verb, after werde. That's the easiest approach. Correct, Giovanna. Yeah. So when you're sure that something will happen, as sure as you can be, you use the present tense. Very simple. Last example, last run through, a bit quicker. Ich kaufe nächsten Monat ein Auto. Hope you understand the language. I'm going to buy a car next month. Yeah, it's pretty certain. Now, the future one, sorry to take this away from you. Ich werde nächste Woche ein Auto kaufen, translate it quickly. That's correct, Hashal. You can use also vermutlich oder wahrscheinlich. Be careful with wahrscheinlich, that doesn't exist. It's wahrscheinlich, from Wahrheit, truth. Yeah. I answer your question later, Maria. So with the wohl, and here's the translation. I'll probably buy a car next week, so I changed it to probably for a change. And future two, can you build it? Last 30 seconds of active work for you. The simple version, you start without the wohl. Ich werde nächste Woche ein Auto gekauft haben, and the wohl should be in front of nächste Woche if I've been consistent. Ha! Ich werde wohl nächste Woche ein Auto gekauft haben. Yeah. Almost there, Dion. Gekauft, the regular verb. Translation. Last few seconds for you to come up with it on your own. And don't worry about these translations. Yeah, in English, it's really like a mind twister. I will likely have bought a car next week. Well, this one is actually quite short. So this is just to walk you through a couple of use cases.